just off to visit Yvonne, and I'm at the Waterloo station and I'm heading out to Bagshot trying to find my way around. It's a bit daunting, but there's plenty of help, so it shouldn't be too hard. It's quite easy getting around in England because everybody goes by train. Everybody. I just talked to security, they said get 210 platform 19, so I'm on my way. The Waterloo train station is very big and it looks like it's very old. Maybe that was 240, the train, because 210's well past. But anyway, eventually the train came and I was off. You don't have to wait long, usually only 1 or 2 minutes. And the railways are extensive, there's so many trains. Everywhere you look you can see a railway track or a train moving past. The English countryside's very different. There are lots of apartments and lots of houses all joined together in rows. Something we're not quite used to seeing in New Zealand. There's way more people in London than there is in the whole of our country. And I suppose they join all the houses together so they can fit everybody in. Quite relaxing sitting on a train, just looking out the window, watching the world go by. Going through countrysides, looking at different styles of housing and different trees, thinking how big the world is, how massive a place. But the people are all the same when you think about it, all going about their lives and travelling. Eventually I got to Ascot. Well, I'm glad I found Ascot. I was starting to get a bit worried. I was just going to ask the lady next to me on the train if this is going in the right way, and then suddenly Ascot turned up, so I'm on my way. I'm a little bit confused now. I'm going to platform 3, so I have to go to Bagshot, which is the last little bit of my journey. The guy sent me down this way. Yvonne had told me to get the train to Bagshot via Ascot, and eventually I did. And I arrived safely. It was quite easy in the end. So here I am in Bagshot. Now I've got to find out where Yvonne lives. I've got her phone number, but I've only got my credit card, so I'm not too sure how easy it is going to be to ring her. As usual, I'm quite unplanned. I didn't bring my phone, so I have no way of making contact. So the first thing at the moment is to find a phone and try and give Yvonne a ring. But at least I do have her phone number, and I walk down a long alley into the town of Bagshot. It's a quaint little town situated about an hour out of London. Nice old buildings, and I spied the pub. A little bit of Olympic fever, a few flags flying. And I thought I'd go in there, have a drink and ask them to use the phone, which I did. They gave me one that was flat at first and I had to wait for it to charge, and while that was happening I watched the Olympics on TV. It was nice of them to help, and eventually Yvonne turned up. It wasn't very long because she doesn't live very far.
His house.
Yep.
And is renting an apartment.
And then she took me on a beautiful little ride down some country lanes. It's quite amazing how big England is, with all its people in London travelling around, the hustle and the bustle. And then an hour out of London you're in the quaint little parts of town where the streets are only wide enough for one car. And beautiful old buildings, some going back hundreds and hundreds of years. It's a very old pub.
Yeah, very old. And beautiful food in there. They do like a hog roast in the garden.
That pub could be 400 or 500 years old.
It's a pain.
Way back in King Henry's time, possibly. I'm only making it up, but it could be. The farming land is just beautiful.
Oh, and I've tried ringing home and I've tried ringing you to say we're almost at your house, but not answering. So, see you in a minute. That's hers.
And finally we got to our destination, which was to visit Chaz and Sandra. Sandra's Yvonne's sister. And they do look alike. Same height, same sort of hairstyle, Same lovely personalities.
Cool.
It was great to see them after a lot of years, because I hadn't probably seen them for about 15, 20 years maybe. And it's always so brief because the distances are far, far away to go to England. Chaz hasn't changed a bit, maybe a little greyer.
Have you got your sat nav?
Snowy, a Bichon dog. And before you know it, it was time to go home.
That's cool.
Wish the time had have been longer, but got a pretty tight schedule shooting the Olympics.
Wave to Reese.
You'll be in my home movie, Back to Home.
See you Monday.
See you in about half hour when you get lost.
Yeah, would be surprised.
And then we're off for a whirlwind stop at David's, Yvonne's brother.
It's been
A
lovely.
little bit of dinner and then back home.
Thank you.
It was great getting to meet everybody. Now I'm off back to London. I hope. I got a train from Bagshot. Didn't take too long to arrive, about 2 minutes. Little trip, then before you know it, I'm back in the subway system. Marylebone Station, remember that from the Monopoly board game? Same thing, you just arrive at the station, 2 minutes later a train arrives, then you're at another station, which happened to be Waterloo. And that was my connection back to my hotel. Another 2 minutes, another train.